Hey everybody, welcome again to Genuine Unintelligence for real this time. We are restarting / finishing the episode that you guys never heard due to some technical difficulties. So we are here again today with Chuck, fresh off a Niners win, and Matt, like me, fresh off another losing season.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Just soaking it in, thinking about next year's draft picks. So, as we had talked about a little bit, I think, unless it was in my head, we're going to do some childhood influences today, so it should be a entertaining episode. So, I guess say hi, guys.
What up, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
It's a pleasure to be here. Good talking.
Thank you for having me. Oh,
Blessed
yeah.
for another day.
Now I remember what the originally. So this is actually our third attempt at recording this, thanks to some technical difficulties, and thanks to Dell for fucking up my computer I bought. Yeah, way to start off with an F-bomb. Not even a minute in. Solid. Anyways, my new gaming computer is under construction, thanks to some sort of idiotness that's not my own. So we will get some streams out eventually, but I'm having to record this in the old tried and true laptop. But I remember we had asked or talked about in the footage that never made the light of day how dumb the question is of being interviewed and asking where you see yourself in 5 years. Like, well, it's like, well, depending on what you pay, I may or may not be here. It's like, so it's just a stupid question, in my opinion. Probably the dumbest question. Other than, why are you applying?
Yeah, so why do you want this job? This is the other.
I like to eat, man.
I do enjoy internet. I do enjoy electricity. And not freezing to death.
Together, those are a great combo.
Right, together, game changer.
I'm a little weirded out that it feels like I have Goku looking down on me, as I can see the poster on your ceiling, and it just looks like he looks there is either ceiling or wall. Just looks like he's disappointed.
Yeah, it's all.
You guys have the same poster?
It's not a poster. That's a blanket, homie. You're the one who gave it to me, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I?
Nicely done. I thought it was a poster.
No, it's a blanket.
Speaking of which, you left damn Viet Braun here again.
Oh my lord, again?
I'm just sending it to your house. I'm going to mail it. I'm just tired of looking at it.
I'm sick of this.
Is he on the coffee table?
Yes. I don't know what's more disappointing, seeing him or Luffy without his hair still. So it's Sean the Pirate.
Luffy D. Schmid.
Yep. Instead of his ability, instead of turning into rubbers, he just disappears for a month.
I thought you were saying instead of turning into rubber, he doesn't use rubbers. That's where I thought it was going. I was like, okay.
I don't know if Luffy's into the raw life or not. I don't know. I don't know what they would say about all that.
He's all rubber, so.
He also, I'm not even going to go there. well, you do know his weakness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Water.
It's water.
Yeah, so I don't think he's probably doing a whole lot of much, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Back to the old desert, like Matt.
God.
Old Sahara.
Inside joke. Anyways, we had previously talked a little bit, so we're kind of started over, I guess. Whoever wants to start first. Tell us about your little childhood a little bit. What were some of your activities? What was your favorite thing to do?
I guess I'll go. I suppose. We'll start out when I was younger. I was like in middle school, I guess. I started out, I guess some of the activities I did. I played sports quite a bit. Played football. Played baseball too when I was younger.
All at the same time?
I did, actually. Well, not.
What position? Sarcastaball.
Yeah, sarcastaball, all of it, you know. I guess
were you pretty good at baseball?
I was decent. I was fast. I played outfield. I just never really took to it like I took to football. I guess you can say I was just better at football more than I was at baseball. But I just like being outdoors and doing stuff. I'm just never really a homebody when I was younger. Even when I was in high school too, I was just never at home. Probably for a good reason, which we'll go into later. But
Suppressed memories.
you're right. We'll go into childhood traumas probably in another episode, I'm sure. But yeah, I guess when I was younger, I really never was at home out playing sports. That's growing up. How I got into anime was my dad. He liked watching Dragon Ball Z for some reason. I just don't know. I don't think he's ever told me. It's a question for him, I guess. Used to watch it like on Saturday mornings. Get up early and watch it.
Yeah, that totally doesn't seem like his style. So that's
It's not. It's weird, right?
He's more of a like Thomas the Train guy,
Right.
Thomas the Train.
I wonder if that's where I got it from.
Yeah, probably.
I thought he was more of like a Walker Texas Ranger.
Actually, no. He was a diehard Star Trek fan. I think he still is.
Respect.
Yeah, he's a big Trekkie. But we used to watch Dragon Ball, and I've just been obsessed with it ever since I've been a kid. And I've Dragon Ball tattoos on me to this day, and I've still watch it to this day several times.
Well, yeah, you have to when 98% of the games are all the same story arc. I mean, it's unavoidable.
You don't say that.
So does your dad collect Star Trek things?
No, he had the series and stuff like that. He had all the movies and DVDs, stuff like that.
TNG, baby.
Next Generation.
I'm assuming that's probably his favorite.
Next Generation.
I mean,
right.
It is far superior. So I mean, of course it is, but
right. I just never really got into it.
I've never seen an episode, so
what is
never
wrong
seen
with you?
episode.
No.
Matt, what in the shit?
Should I just message him right now and be like, Next Generation or Deep Space Nine? Just no explanation,
right? Yeah. So when I was a kid, going and watching Dragon Ball. Also, when I was younger, my mom used to take me to wrestling matches. Old school like WCW matches and stuff like that. When I was younger, so we were a big WCW household, probably up until 98, 99. So I've been watching wrestling pretty much my whole life. So I've pretty much that's embedded into me, part of who I am as well.
And you said this before, but you're a WCW guy.
I was. We were a WCW household up to like 98. We were like Starrcade, huge DDP fan, one of my favorite wrestlers as well.
Be careful, he might sue you.
He ain't gonna sue me.
The Diamond Cutter.
God.
Yeah. Nah, DDP. DDP ain't gonna sue nobody.
Nah.
I think for the majority of the...
Were you a Wolfpack guy, or...?
I didn't like the Wolfpack, to be honest with you. It's too much. I liked the NWO, but when they just started going overboard with it when they started the Wolfpack, bro.
Chuck was a big LWO fan.
That's right. Latino World Order.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It is real.
What about the BWO?
Blue World Order.
Blue World Order.
That was ECW, right?
Yeah, so Chuck didn't know ECW back then.
I didn't. In the 90s, I did not. I didn't know ECW until probably about 2002, 2003.
Till you met me, basically. Like, hey, man.
I didn't even know it existed.
Got this wrestling, man.
So when did you start getting into WWE? Was it like whenever
as soon as the
WCW closed?
The Attitude Era started in 99. And that's when we started switching over to WWF.
Gotcha.
Finger poke of doom.
Right.
Finger poke, yeah.
I mean, the Monday Night Wars was a huge thing in my household. Like, we always had my cousin and my grandma and all that stuff living with us, and like every Monday night, we'd all just be glued to the TV. My parents even tried to make me go to bed early all the time not to watch it, but I just sat on the steps and watched it.
Say absolutely not.
Yeah, there's no going to bed.
Nope. Sometimes if you get riled up enough, you see, they used to replay Nitro afterwards, so you could technically, if WWE had or WWF then had a really good card, you could watch it all the way through and then catch the replay on Nitro afterwards. So
WCW was always live and Raw was always pre-recorded.
For a while, yeah.
Wasn't it like every other week?
Yeah, it was at random, and until they started getting the beat down, then they finally started to go live.
Still, WCW screwed over Mick Foley winning the title, and they announced it before the show, an hour before it happened.
But it backfired because that's what started WWE having everybody changed the channel to go see if it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oops.
Oopsie. I remember watching
And it's never been the same after that.
I remember watching it live when it actually happened.
They fired Bischoff.
Yeah, they did, and then we actually went to cousin's house because our whole family was kind of pretty much into wrestling back then to watch Starrcade when Nash beat Goldberg via cattle prod.
That was funny. I've actually watched that as well.
That was the day before the finger poke of doom because he did the finger poke of doom to Hogan the next night.
Mm-hmm. I remember that pretty vividly when it happened.
And then Russo came in and wrote a bunch of nonsense like Judy Bagwell in a pole match and all kinds of ridiculousness from there.
Viagra on a pole?
God.
Yeah.
Essentially,
pretty much.
Essentially, that's pretty much what it was.
And then Hogan refused to drop the title to Jeff Jarrett.
Yep, and they left, so that Booker and Jeff. I was actually listening to 83 Weeks earlier, and there's a free plug for you if you like wrestling, but it was the Bagwell episode, and I don't even remember this, which is odd, but Bagwell, like, almost being paralyzed in the ring from a top rope move. I'm like, for some reason that's erased from my brain, but I know I was watching it then, so I'm surprised that I don't remember it, but it's a pretty bad ordeal.
Wasn't he doing a flip?
It was a tag match, I know that. I haven't gotten fully all the way through the episode yet, but I know it's pretty severe. They had to stop the show. That's when it was live, and then, of course, they had to go on, but, he ended up coming back, and they did some angles with him in the wheelchair, which I remember him in the wheelchair.
I do remember that.
But I don't remember the actual incident happening, so it's kind of weird. But
remember the other thing that traumatized me for life almost. Was when Owen Hart died. I was actually watching that live.
Yeah, me too. That was. You see him fall,
literally in slow motion. He hits his head on the turnbuckle, and that's when the screen went black. Like immediately, and it started like TV static.
Yep, and that was at KC at Kemper.
Yep. See, at the time I didn't know it was at KC, but when I was watching it live, it's one of the things that'll never leave you.
No, it's hard to forget something like that, for sure.
Makes you value your life.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody who knows anything about wrestling knows that Owen was regarded as such a great guy all around. So, it's good to keep his legacy alive. AEW, of course, did the stuff with his wife, Martha, and things like that. So it's good to keep it going, and we won't go into the details of whatever. Obviously, there was lawsuits and all that stuff too. But
so, who would you say is your favorite wrestler? Your guys' favorite wrestler
from WCW or
then, now,
right?
Before,
we'll do as a kid. Like, which ones?
In WCW,
which one's
DDP? 100,000%.
Yeah, what's cool is that he was like, what,
35
when he started wrestling?
Yeah, 35.
Yeah. He owned a bar where all the wrestlers used to come into, and that's kind of how he got the gig. Started out in AWA as a manager and ended up being a wrestler. Pretty cool story. I would say back then, obviously I love the NWO, the anti-hero, but of course, I mean, Sting, DDP, probably Macho Man for sure. But I was also watching, probably shouldn't have been because I was only like 8, but I was also 7 and 8, or probably 8 or 9 years old watching ECW. And top ECW guy for me was definitely RVD.
RVD was awesome.
And Dreamer.
Oh, yeah, dude. The Van Daminator?
Oh, yeah. say that was just unlike anything I had seen before and probably since. WWE back then, I mean, obviously Stone Cold.
Stone Cold was one of my favorites, but it's probably Kane. Kane was probably my favorite.
Gotta be Kane.
It's Kane.
That's such a stupid secret. I'll never forget that just because of the reaction. Meanwhile, we had no idea who this Kane person even was. We're like, who? It cracked us up because they act like you're supposed to know who it is.
No, they hype him up so hard, right?
Oh my god! You know something funny? This has nothing to do with our childhood, but you remember Paul Burchill?
Yeah.
I'm not hating on him, but do you remember how they did like 8 weeks of promos for him to wrestle 2 matches? And he was a pirate.
Was he like a pirate?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the pirate! I remember I was like, "What in the hell is this?"
Man, those were the days. That's when they used to run hype videos for these people coming out.
I remember Carney wrestled like one match. This guy named Carney. They had promos for like literally 3 months. He wrestled like one match.
Ain't got nothing on the Viking experience.
I love double E.
Yeah. Well, I guess for me, childhood was interesting. I obviously had an older brother, and then someone else who we basically adopted and considered to be an older brother who's no longer with us. But I did like going out and doing things. We were lucky enough to have like a pool in the backyard, so I spent a lot of the summers outside in the pool, soaking up the rays and running around doing dumb stuff. When I wasn't doing that, I was definitely gaming it up. My first love video game was probably Street Fighter 2 on SNES,
Genesis?
Super Nintendo. Oh no, I had a Genesis too, but I had Street Fighter on Super Nintendo. But
Turbo, is that what it was?
Oh no, regular, sir. No, I've played Turbo now, of course, but back then as a kid, I didn't even know how many ridiculous versions of 2 even existed until I got older.
Super
and I'm like,
Turbo.
What?
V5.
Yeah, Super Turbo 964. What? What's that even mean?
Remix.
Yeah, like, okay. Why are they all moving super fast? What's happening? Yeah. So from that to Metal Gear, when I was probably 8 or 9, fell in love with that game. Still love it, obviously.
Did your parents ever care if you played like M-rated games?
Nah, not really. I mean, Mom did not enjoy sometimes what my music tastes and things were, but for the most part, I mean, I wasn't out. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I'd saved up money at one time, and I got Mom to buy me Resident Evil 3. But I mean, that's just killing zombies. I mean, it's not like still M-rated.
Like
It could be worse.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there was a little bit of fuss, but it did have GTA growing up too. I used to play GTA 3 at my brother's house. I remember I was super jelly when they got a PS2 because they got the Gran Turismo version with Gran Turismo 3, and then they had Grand Theft Auto 3. So I used to play that all the time back in the day. But no, they never really got too much fuss over that stuff. I mean, it was pretty trusted, I guess, with that.
Same with mine. My parents were pretty chill when it came to video games because my dad liked playing video games all the time. Like, grew up playing PlayStation 1. Like, I remember when Medieval came out, like, 98. Me and him, he had when he was in the military, he was in the Army, and he had a side job, too. So he did 2 jobs. As a security, and I used to go out with him when he was doing security, and we'd play Medieval in the car. While we were sitting out there at the like the head of this housing development, like this little 13-inch 3 TV.
It
was awesome, man. Like, yeah, we played that game like all night. And then Metal Gear, we love Metal Gear. Grew up playing
Tenchu.
The switching the controller too when you fought Psycho Mantis was just a game changer. So innovative, man. I was so mad whenever I figured that out because back then there's no internet. So you're like, do I do? You have to
reads your memory
You have
card.
to go to like the video game stores and get like the game guides. Like if you don't get it, at least read through it while you're there and try to see how to do it.
Or do what I did and rented Metal Gear, and then the code for what you need to contact Maryland's on the back of the case you don't get. So I just had to guess, because this is before the internet.
Right.
I mean, before like fast internet. So I just had to guess for like 2 hours and just try every frequency until
I
something
remember
happened.
just having so much fun, like so much fond memories of that game. It's unreal, man. It's unreal, man.
Oh yeah, definitely a classic. But yeah, I don't. We didn't really have to worry that too much. Movies were, for the most part. I mean, some stuff obviously not really great idea for me to watch or could be monitored, but other than that, I mean, it was pretty chill to kind of watch whatever and understand.
So as far as movies go, my parents let me watch whatever I wanted. I went over to my aunts and stuff all the time in Georgia, and we'd sit there and watch. Where I first watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's a classic, man.
A few years after it came out, I used to watch it over there, and I just grew up watching horror movies.
Such a B movie.
It really is. Dude, I grew up watching like B-movie horror movies. They're fantastic. Breaks my heart.
Used to be our tradition.
They don't do them anymore.
Maximum Overdrive.
Well, they do them now. Now they're just on Netflix.
That's true.
Randomly taking shots at Netflix. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like an F movie.
That movie is
the remake on Netflix. That is remake, sequel, whatever the hell it is. That's trash. That's all I know.
I tried to forget about it.
Yeah, I'd just say it's hard to, but it's so bad.
Yeah, so as far as movies go, I was never really monitored or anything like that. Heck, parents let me watch pretty much whatever, Hellraiser and all that good stuff.
Same thing with computers, because I was as much as I love PlayStation and everything else, and I had a 64. Once I got my first home computer, I was kind of hooked on it and was playing PC games, and I used to do all the Yahoo Pool, chess, all that stuff with all the
Yahoo Pool
chat rooms and all that stuff too. So I was a big part of my childhood, and Diablo 2 obviously is.
Did your parents care that you were on the internet and stuff like that?
No, it was never really a problem.
Like you can't IM anybody.
No, I mean
anything like that.
That never really came up because I wasn't on the internet honestly doing anything dirty or nothing, but just
no.
But I've actually made some friends that I'm still friends with today. It's just kind of random, so long ago.
You're gonna
some of them.
We didn't have a computer internet until I was 18 years old.
I know you got it. You got it from me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I know it was Adele. Conveniently. You got for me. I remember your sister ruined it.
Oh yeah.
So I do remember that.
Yes, I never had internet or a computer until I was 18. Just never.
Yeah, never. We were pretty hip on that point. I remember
we were definitely up to date.
We had AOL at one point. It took them forever to get us broadband internet, though. So, like, I remember the struggle. I would have a friend across town. I would go have to use his internet to play World of Warcraft, like to download all the patches for it, so then I could play the game. But yeah, I mean, started on World of Warcraft. Day one, I feel like it was meant to be because the clerk completely screwed up, and I looked at him and gave him a chance to fix it, and he wasn't worried about it. So I'm like, all right. I remember I bought. There was at GameStop in the mall, which I'm pretty sure isn't there anymore, but went and got World of Warcraft and got like a 60-day prepaid card because I was way before I was old enough to have a debit card, and they weren't even really popular back then. And he's like, wow, it's supposed to be like $60 or $50, and the card's supposed to be like $30, and he rang it up, he's like, it'll be $40? I'm like, I just looked at him in confusion, and I'm like, oh,
sure. You got it.
Thank you, sir. Like, what? So that was a weird kind of a random, not really to do with my childhood. I mean, I was still a
back
teenager,
then
but
Springfield's an hour away. How we didn't? I know we didn't go into Springfield hardly at all.
no, I remember the only time I ever went to Springfield back then was to literally to get WoW cards because again I had no debit card and there was nowhere near. That was one thing that definitely parents didn't like the idea of me using their cards online then, which is a good idea.
As long as it's night, you're safe.
Has WoW always been like the same price? Like membership,
$15 a month. I'm pretty sure that's still what it is now. I don't know, but I think so.
Is it the first MMO or close to?
EverQuest.
EverQuest.
EverQuest was first. Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast was, I believe, technically the.
Wasn't like RuneScape
first.
like the OG?
We don't talk about RuneScape.
I think Phantasy Star probably predates.
Yeah,
RuneScape.
Phantasy Star, I'm pretty sure predates because that was on the Dreamcast, which is the first thing ever to have the Ethernet port, which is like unheard of. It's like foreign technology to us back then. We're like, what is this?
Dial-up modem.
But I remember I tried to play EverQuest first because I was super interested just from hearing friends talk about it and things. But this is way back in the day. You had to have, kind of like today, you had to have a video card that had a cell shader capability, and that was only like one card back in the day. So they were basically eliminating their fan base right off the start.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like that. So I was never able to play RuneScape, or not RuneScape. I never want to play RuneScape. I was never able to play EverQuest until I got older, and then there was actually a Dungeons and Dragons MMO as well. I remember playing as a teenager.
So I bet WoW probably just put all MMOs on the map.
Oh, absolutely. WoW was the entryway and a complete. I mean, I think Blizzard really broke into the scene. StarCraft 1 was pretty popular. I had StarCraft 1. But Diablo 2 put Blizzard on the map. Like, for sure.
Yeah, Diablo sucked.
Well, that game stayed on the top selling PC list, I think, for like 10 to 15 years.
Diablo 2
So, like, it was unheard of to have that kind of. But Warcraft 2, you know, was decent. Warcraft 3 was pretty popular, but WoW took them way over the. I remember just putting countless hours to that game, and I even had friends who were basing their time around. You know, they only had a laptop, so. I'm sure you probably don't listen to this, James or Robert, but if you do, I do remember you guys that they had an Alienware laptop that they would split times with, where they would split the game 12 hours a day between both people. So they would make their sleep schedule around. So then on my days off, I would schedule my time to where I would have like 6 hours to play with both of them. I'm like, all right, who's getting on win? What? So, but yeah, that's how.
Who was that?
Twins.
James and Robert, buddies of mine that were twins. I mean, they still are twins, but you know what I mean. But that was my first. My buddy Tim also played WoW. I know there's more, but that was kind of like the main.
When would you say you stopped playing WoW?
I stopped playing WoW on Pandaria. Missed the Pandaria, the stupid Panda expansion. And then I started...
Was that the 5th one?
It was regular, Burning Crusade, Wrath, Cataclysm, and then I think Pandaria.
Hey, Burning Crusade's your favorite.
Honestly, Burning Crusade and Wrath and were both super solid. Cataclysm erased a lot of the starting areas and changed a lot of, but even Cataclysm was pretty dope, to be honest. The expansions and everything they did were solid. It really wasn't until this that I just kind of lost connection. For one, I thought the pandas were stupid. And it came from an April Fool's joke. Because they did it as a joke one year, and then they actually ended up doing it for real. And then after Pandaria, I came back on... Oh, hell, I think the game had something to do with... It had the name of Storm something? Let me look it up. Don't mind me, I'm gonna use my work computer to look up World of Warcraft.
Talking about Heroes of the Storm?
No, this is the name of... I know Heroes of the Storm. It was so Warlords of Draenor came out in 2014. That's when I started to play. So there was a 2-year period there.
Oh, so you went back?
Yeah, I went back on Warlords and Legion. Actually, I went back on Legion, and then I played both Warlords and Legion. So there was a good 4-year mark there I didn't play. But because it was Warlords of Draenor, Legion, Battle for Azeroth. And I came back there, and that's when I had the computer I was just telling you about yesterday, about that iBuyte Power PC. That was back when I was at CST, and we had a lot of friends from... Oh, sorry, I don't mean to name random companies in here, but... Whoops. But anyways, that's when we were working there, and we had a lot of people playing with us. And the heatsink went out on that freaking computer I just bought, so then I lost touch again. And that was also when I was married, so I had that to deal with. But yeah, ever since I have not been able to fully get back in since Cataclysm, because I knew so many people. Every time I've ever tried to go back, it's lasted for a couple of months where it's been just me. But I mean, to be honest, after a while, playing the game like that with just yourself gets boring. So it just kind of fizzles out.
Right.
But up and from regular World of Warcraft to Cataclysm and was in 2010, Pandaria was 2012, so realistically I was on it from 04 to 12 pretty solidly. I remember I had multiple servers playing on both sides, since of course you can't be on Horde and freaking brains going numb here. What of the word am I looking for? Alliance. Thanks for the help. You couldn't have Alliance and Horde on the same servers. You had to play on different. So I had different servers playing different.
So you're asking a guy who never played WoW.
No, I was looking for Matt to help me out, and he didn't do it. But finally, it came to my brain. It made me feel old and dumb for a second.
Good looking out, Matt.
You played Knights of the Old Republic too.
I did. I played with you.
Yeah.
I started that before too.
You bought the special edition, didn't you?
I did.
It was like 2010.
Yeah, that was when I was starting to, when they had kind of announced Pandaria, I was starting to transition. And a lot of
I just remember the game was crap. Started.
At the start, yeah. I do remember that. There was a lot of issues, and the pets were pretty much pointless, and that kind of stuff. And that was a time where WoW was so good, but a lot of my friends were leaving, so I started to leave myself too.
Right. I guess it was called the Old Republic, not Knights.
I know what you meant. Knights of the Old Republic is the old game on console. The Old Republic was the MMO by BioWare. Very good game in its right too, which to be honest, I'm surprised is still around.
They just came out with an expansion.
That's insane, bro.
Back in February.
Well, WoW just came out with an expansion back in November.
That's not as surprising because it's how popular it is, but
I mean, it came out in 2004. Next year is 20 years.
But WoW's like a global phenomenon, though.
It was. I don't know about now.
I don't know if it is now, but it was.
I wonder how many people log into WoW.
They don't share numbers. I only know that because I've looked it up and I saw publications. They're like they don't share numbers, so they only. I remember what was it before they screwed everything up and reset all the. What you were talking about the other day, where they reset all the stuff where you can play wherever you want now and all that jazz. I think it was Battle for Azeroth when they got close, and I think they were estimated to be back at like 9 to 10 million active players again. But from my understanding, that estimate only lasted a couple months, and then it fell back off. So I don't know what the estimate is now, but and if you just look at the level caps of what they went, so this is how it goes: 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 100, 110, 120, 60, 70.
It's impressive.
That's that they. I mean, I miss the old. I sound like an old man, but I miss the old days where everything took longer. It was more of a grind. I remember when I first started, you had to install a freaking mod in order just to get a direction of where the quest was. And you had to look up coordinates for the quest. You used to just be able to have to find it on your own.
That reminds me of Elden Ring.
No, I mean, this is actually good. Let's say, sadly, original WoW still looks better than Elden Ring does now. Somehow the graphics of 04.
Similar shit, though. They fucking don't tell you where to go or what to do or why or when or where.
Yeah. It's true, but the original WoW map was also huge. So it was a little rough. I don't even remember what the sites were, but I remember I used to go in there, you type it in, and you're like, what's the coordinates? And then you had a little mod you added to your map, and it's like, here are this and this coordinates, and you're like standing around. I remember falling off into the ocean, and then thankfully they were smart enough to add the unstuck button. I was like, do I wait 30 minutes for my Hearthstone to reset? Or...
What would you say is like peak World of Warcraft? Probably Wrath?
Somewhere between BC and Wrath.
Yeah.
Either one. Cataclysm was still pretty dope though. They should have left it the way it was though. When they changed it, like Cataclysm, it was really exciting when they first came out and all the stuff changed. And then they let you have flying mounts in town. So you came into town, there's like all these high-level people just hanging out on. God, what is my brain tonight? They're mounts. You know, me being one of those. I was one of the cool kids, you know.
Right.
But I was honestly just lazy, and I love just flying around on my mounts in any place I wanted to, including town. And that made it super easy because I was in, I think, mining and inscription. And I had it maxed out so I could just fly up into the mountains and go get my stuff and leave. Not have to run around aimlessly, you know?
Yeah.
So that was super helpful for me. And I had I still have my own guild if it hasn't been relinquished by this point. The guild's been open since, I think, 2008 with me as a GM. Maybe even before that, so it's... still long-lasting, so the guild's been open like 15 years. I remember they used to have guild levels and different stuff, and we pretty much maxed all that out, too, so... Ben was at it for a long time.
Nice.
Not gonna lie, I miss it.
Matt, you need to go on your childhood, bro. We haven't said anything about yours.
So a lot of my childhood was... When I lived in Illinois, I had to go over to a friend's house, and that's when one of my buddies had a Nintendo 64. Growing up, we had a lot of game systems, but we had like a PlayStation, we had a Genesis, we had even like an old ass Atari, like the 7200s or the 5600. I can't remember which one's which. But
I don't think even Atari does.
Yeah. I mean, we had them all, but we didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up. And
that's rough.
I remember, I may have said this before in like a different episode, but for my birthday one year, like I want to say it was like 2000, maybe 99. I got a Nintendo 64. It was like my first game system I ever got. Other than I don't really consider a Game Boy to be a game system, but it was like the first game system that was mine. Had my name on it. I got for my birthday, stuff like that.
Something Mark wasn't allowed to use.
Yeah, exactly.
His little hands couldn't touch the controllers.
To go back a little bit further than that, I'd go over to my friend's house, and he had a 64, and I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
GoldenEye?
Dude, yep.
Yeah, GoldenEye. But we mostly played Mario Party.
Oh, the Smash?
He had Smash. We played Smash. And I remember playing Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, I had that one.
And that one had Conker in it, and you're like, "Who the fuck are these characters?"
Yeah, you're like,
it's like characters you never heard of.
You're like, that dude's having a bad fur day.
And I remember going over there, and I remember he showed me Ocarina of Time, and mine was just blown because you're looking at like the fucking NES, and you're like, these graphics are like this, and then you go and see the 64, and it's like 3D, and you're like, what the fuck?
And you're like, what is the Aladdin music? A whole new world.
And we had a PlayStation growing up too, but I never really played it. It was more like it was. I think it was like my aunts or something.
Dude, PS1 was like prime, like Tomb Raider, Metal Gear,
yeah,
stuff like that.
64 had some bangers too.
Oh yeah,
they had Resident Evil 2 and.
I love my 64, bro. I remember
Super Mario 64.
I remember wearing out
Mario
the freaking joystick in like 3 weeks from Mario Party.
Yeah, suck controllers, man.
Yeah, that was the worst design controller of all time.
So, hopefully, I'm not the only one that got blisters on my palms.
No.
I just like the thought of having like the 4 people coming over and they all playing the same system.
That was one thing. You didn't have to buy the stupid multi-tap like you did for the PlayStation.
Never worked. Piece of crap.
Which is very weird. That was the first time Nintendo ever didn't try to get one up on accessory charges. That's not a thing about it. They learned from that
did
with
the Rumble Packs, doesn't they?
And the expansion pack. I mean, they tried. But I mean, just in general, they're the masters of getting money off accessories, so that was rare for them. No pun intended.
But like when I moved to Missouri for the first one,
you moved to Branson first, didn't you?
It was, yeah, and it was mostly we lived in the middle of the woods, so it was kind of like didn't really hang out with a lot of friends. I knew one of my buddies, Ian. He was kind of a neighbor. He lived about 10 minutes away.
Ian, I know. Blonde hair?
Campbell.
Married an Asian girl?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know him.
Yeah. And he had he'd always talked about this game called Halo. And
never heard of it.
I never heard of it at the time. And he was like 2 grades below me. So I'm like in 2nd grade. It's when I moved down to Missouri. And he was in kindergarten. And he's talking about Halo. And I'm like, Halo? It's the M-rated game. And kindergarten kids playing Halo. And he's like, I've never even heard of that game. And then we hit it off from there. And I would go over to his house like every weekend. I was like, and he had the Xbox original. He also played World of Warcraft too.
I know he likes to copy me.
And I remember him showing me Halo on the Xbox, and I didn't have anything new at the time. I didn't have the PS2, I didn't have the GameCube, I didn't have anything like that. And he had an Xbox. And I'm like, and we played Halo 1. And I was like, holy cow!
You're like, little did I know the third one would be the last good one ever.
Yeah.
Ain't that?
And then somewhere between there, I think it was probably like maybe 2003. I got I don't know what it was, but like one Christmas I got a GameCube and a PS2. The same Christmas.
That's a lit Christmas, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if my parents just got a little extra money from the government that year or what.
You're like, we did have a lot of government cheese in the house.
And I remember I got the Indigo GameCube. So it was like purple. Yep. And then I got it was a bundle and it came with Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, classic.
I remember that's what this direct.
And I played the shit out of that game.
I still have it. And
then I got the Game Boy player with it.
Oh, you got the tried and true, the $200 one now.
Yeah, yeah. So I can play my Game Boy games, like Pokemon and shit. And I remember I got the PlayStation. I had the original PlayStation, the bulky one, and then it stopped. Literally, like 2 months later, it stopped reading disc.
Sounds about right.
Then,
the eye on mine quit too.
Yeah, same.
And they're like, they called Sony or whatever, like, hey, this shit stopped working. And they're like, well, there's nothing really we can do. And so my parents had to go, and they gave me. They stopped. Either they stopped producing the bigger ones, or they just didn't have any more in stock, and they had to settle with the slim, with the open tray, where the tray lifts up.
Yeah, they were tiny too.
I think they stopped making the big ones where it was, and they started just producing the slims.
And so,
Virginia.
I remember I had Spider-Man 2, the game. I played the shit out of that.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. I think I had SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta have 3 memory cards for that.
Oh, yeah.
So, stuff like that. I mean, I was in Branson, I was indoors all the time. And when we moved up to Springfield area, Willard, I got a 360. Yeah. We'll leave that for another story.
We'll save that for the times we all went to jail.
I got a 360. And then I got Halo. 0, actually.
Oh, you should have kept on that.
0, I was surprised. And then I think I traded it in for the Slim, whenever the Slims came out.
That was a good decision. Because it probably would have red ringed.
Or no, I think I gave my brother that one, and then I got the Elite, the black one.
Oh, yeah, with the bigger R drive.
Mm-hmm. And then I think I traded that Elite in for a
Xbox
Slim. Yeah. So I got the Slim, and then I traded the Slim in for the 1, or whatever.
Yeah, it would have been the 1. That's pretty solid. And as we've already discussed, I was with you when you got your PS4, so.
Yeah.
So.
That's going to be an infinite story that's going to live on.
You didn't really
forever.
play sports or anything until we made you.
No, you came over one day, and when I moved in, like, hey, let's play football. I was like, okay.
You could tell Matt's never played.
You're like, I got mad?
No. Oh, man. That's good stuff.
For a lot of times, if it wasn't the summer, I guess to go back to mine too, where we lived in the town, it's kind of weird because a town that, without throwing it out there what it is, I guess we can. This town of Stockton, it's kind of almost split into two towns. And the side I was on had no children on it. So it was always weird because like even Halloween and stuff, we had nobody show up. There's like 2 people because there's literally no kids that lived over by me at all. So in the if I was going to a friend's house or something, we would be outside. If it was the summer, I was at the pool though, for sure. or I would go out and mow yards and stuff too. But other than that, the winter and stuff, until I played football later, I was mostly indoors too. So I feel you.
I'll say I lived on the other side of town.
Yeah, that's where all the
and like
the younger
you
kids
couldn't
lived.
really ride your bike anywhere or anything.
Right.
When I was
All
a
we
kid.
had was a highway, or I guess a main road right off ours, so there wasn't really far to ride your bike. And that was back when Chong Lee's was still in business, so there was a lot of traffic right next door to our house.
I lived across the street from a church which had a basketball hoop. Across from it.
Yeah, I remember the triple rim.
Many of basketball games were played there.
Except you can't make anything because it's a freaking triple rim.
The ball would bounce about 8,000 feet if you ever brick.
I remember. I probably lost 100 pounds just chasing the ball. Apparently, I need to go back.
That thing freaking survived the tornado too, bro.
Yeah. This is kind of weird. Yeah, it's still there. I think. No, they got rid of it.
I thought it was still there.
I think we drove by at one point. It was gone, but I don't remember. I was on the basketball team as a kid, so it was weird. Like so. I don't even know why this was, but there was one point in my childhood where our town had four different basketball teams. Like, I don't know if the school was just too poor to field the team, but I remember we made four different teams. And, like, we all had our own coaches and we practiced in all at our own like, churches, because that's the only places that had basketball courts back then. And we, like, had, like, a tournament between all our teams, but we didn't have, like, just one team for the school.
What grade was this?
I was younger. I would say, like, 4th or 5th grade.
4th or 5th grade?
Yeah. I don't know why that just randomly popped into my head, but I just remember that. Because, I mean, that kind of helps switch. I mean, I didn't really need different friends, but, I mean, that also kind of forced me to have a little bit different friend group for a while because we were on different teams. So it's kind of weird.
And you played football for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, played football when I was younger. I played football, I think, in 4th and 5th grade, and then I skipped it for a little bit because then I just got bored with it, and I started getting into video games and shenanigans and stuff like that. And then I tried playing again in 9th grade, back when I was falling into it, and then screwed up my Achilles. So then, by the time I recovered from the Achilles injury, I had already started working. So once that started, I got a taste of that money. That became priority number one over football for sure.
Yeah, you're like, I want to make money.
Exactly. I'm like, I want to
afford stuff.
Exactly. I'm like, I want all these games and all this stuff, and I wanted a car, and then I wanted the sound system in my car.
So did you have to buy your own car growing up?
Mom and Dad paid for the first car, and then
what was your first car?
The Explorer.
Was the Explorer?
I started as the Exploder because that's what I called it forever. The Explorer was the first car, so they paid for it, but I was responsible.
That thing ran forever.
It still did when I got rid of it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even get rid of it because it stopped running. I just literally didn't need it. It was just being wasted because it was just sitting in their driveway. But they got that for me 16th birthday, 15th or 16th birthday. I can't remember which one, but they paid for it, but I was responsible for paying my own insurance and doing all the maintenance. Not like I was literally out switching tires, but I mean paying for it, oil changes, new tires.
As you brought up sports, while we were playing, we actually signed up to play basketball in our high school. And I thought we were pretty good. We played almost every day.
We played. Yeah, during that high school period, we literally played basketball every day after school.
Was that like a political thing?
No, they took our names off.
Who they wanted?
Yeah, they said they quote unquote thought we were joking. Like, thought we were.
Right, I was already playing football at the time as well.
Remember, we actually showed up to practice to play. We told them that we'd play the actual basketball team, and then we won. We beat our own school's basketball team in practice. And it was like, you guys want to be on the team? We're like, no, we're good. And then we didn't join the team.
They had Brett and all of them were on the team. I remember that.
Yeah. They're like, okay, we're not serious. How about we play? So we got our friends together. None of us were even on the team. We played them and definitely beat them. And they're like, oh, yeah, you got to be on the team. We're like, no, we're good. You already lost that chance. So yeah, that did happen. I was actually severely dedicated to basketball back then. Basketball was actually still my number one favorite sport, and loved it. And we played every day. We were in much better shape than we are now. We were literally out running all the time. We even got in trouble for playing basketball in school. We're supposed to be in class.
We witnessed Cameron knock himself out with the basketball.
Well, I mean, not even in summer school. I mean, just in regular school. The teacher's yelling at us down there playing basketball, not even in class. And then, that was
so
also
how did Cameron knock himself out?
Well, I called it. Cameron was even goofier back then. We were in the old middle school gym, which is pretty sketch. That had wooden bleachers, right underneath. And he's like, "I'm going to do a layup." I'm like, "You're going to miss. You're going to knock yourself out." So that's what he literally
threw
did.
the ball to do a layup underneath the backboard and came back and hit him in the head.
And then he went tumbling into the the wooden bleachers.
It was hilarious, bro.
Like, told you it was going to happen. No, I just put two and two together. You know why? Well, we got to play so much basketball that year. That was when someone we won't name, our coach, found out he was getting fired, so we just gave up. Remember our strength training? We didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Our coach was learned out he's getting fired for some BS that happened. And so he just literally didn't even watch us or any of his classes the whole year and told us to do whatever we wanted for literally the whole year of school. So me and Chuck, after once, actually weren't doing anything bad. We were just playing basketball the whole time. So we played every day after school for 3 hours, and then I had him for both PE and strength training, I think, or Lifetime Sports or something. So we had 3 hours of just nothing every day.
Just screw around.
Yeah, just screwing around playing basketball, playing 21, making fun of people's free throws for taking too long.
Never forget that.
The old 2-minute free throw. Somebody went to high school with had the slowest free throw in the history of life. He would do all super serious about it, would bounce it, twirl it 40 times. And he would have this perfect arch he'd do back, and half the time he wouldn't even make it. Like, bro, what are you doing? Just shoot the ball.
Witness floor caught on fire when we were on the way to a pickup football game.
Yeah, that was one of the 3 vandalisms that happened to my car. It's kind of like today. I just have random people just hate me for some reason, and I literally have no idea why. I don't know why. Because someone broke into my car and put the power wire and the remote wire on top of each other on top of my amp. So it started catching on fire, and I had to end up having to replace the entire fuse box. And then someone also poured battery acid on the hood. And then someone keyed it. These are 3 separate events. Literally, I was always...
Oh, no.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, that was just my high school career. We literally... I mean, we talked some trash, but we literally never randomly beat anybody up.
No.
We were just being teenagers doing dumb stuff. But we literally never... Yeah, I mean, talk some shit, but most of it was in good faith, and I just don't understand. That's kind of a recurring theme of my life is people hating me that don't even know me.
Did Did you guys ever go to like the bowling alley out
Yeah.
there? Or...
Yep.
Yeah. It went through a lot of periods where it closed, but we did go to it. We actually another routine that I just thought of when I turned 14 or 15, maybe 13. My brother, older brother, both of them actually. We had this thing where like every Tuesday night we'd go to Bolivar and go to the movies and go bowling. So we did that for a pretty long time. Kind of just a little trend we had. But the one in Stockton used to go to it too when it was up and running.
Was it garbage or was it pretty nice?
It wasn't nice by any means, but it was okay.
It was mid. I mean, they did what they could. A lot of the stuff didn't work right sometimes. Or
I think
it's been bought and sold like four times.
Mid would probably be the best way to describe it. It wasn't complete garbage, but it wasn't like super nice either.
No, I mean, it was. It could have been better. It could have been worse. But they did have pool tables.
That's true.
The pool tables were nice. They did do that too. That was really kind of the only real other than hanging out at the square or in parking lots. It was really one of the only places that you could actually go to do anything if you didn't want to get yourself in trouble.
That's true.
There was a lot of places you could do activities.
Yeah, it's either the woods parking lot or the square. Or if you really wanted to go get in trouble, you go to the beaches.
Mm-hmm. Promise nothing good will happen there.
Oh, trust me, I know. I was there a couple times.
Nothing good will happen. What might, but it's probably going to turn bad. Lots of memories there. We also did a thing, me and Chuck, one of the years the basketball team. Pretty sure it's the same year they asked us to be on the team. We refused. That team ended up going to state. And we went to every game.
Just to talk shit and heckle.
Mm-hmm. We were the fan club talking trash to all the other schools for no reason. And we were giving another friend of ours a hard time, and he ended up punching a wall, and then they randomly played this anti-bullying thing during lunch period, and then he moved to another town without telling us.
Sean.
Yeah.
Different Sean. Yeah. You know he went to Willard after that. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, I remember we ran into him like 8 years later. We asked him what his... Yeah, we're like, where you been, bud?
Yeah, we bullied him hard.
I mean, it really wasn't that
made him
bad.
cry, bro. Well, made him cry, bro.
But that was from getting hit in football. That wasn't even bullying.
Yeah, we destroyed him.
I mean, it is what it is. We all took our lumps on that deal. I remember getting yelled at by my mom for not being able to walk and not being able to go to school one day. Like, I'm sorry.
I was sorry.
It's like nothing's broken.
I was good. I didn't really get hit a whole lot.
We used to play a lot of pickup basketball.
Oh yeah.
I said we continued on tradition when I moved to Willard.
Yeah, we used to play it all the time. Played sometimes once I moved down here too, but it's actually a basketball court down at the end of where I live. I mean, I could go down there if I wanted to, but just haven't done it. Get old. Probably hurt myself.
That's a fact. I'm gonna try.
I'll just hurt myself somehow.
Yeah, that's it.
In the is pavement. I'll end up eating it or something. Be like, was it Friday afternoon? Tip into Chris. Cat Williams.
Good stuff.
When did you start liking Da Bears? Matt.
It was probably...
He's like 2006.
He's like 95.
No. I used to watch Bear games with my dad growing up.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'd say it's probably around 2000.
Yeah. I was just curious. I mean, you are the youngin' of the group.
Yeah, so it was like 2000. I'm sure they weren't that good back then either.
They weren't.
So.
I mean, what was it like? Didn't they get good in like 03? I think they had a couple good seasons there.
2002, I think.
Yeah, our last good year. That's when we had Jeff Garcia.
I remember because I'm pretty sure they went to the playoffs for at least a couple years there, and of course they didn't go to the Super Bowl, but I think they had a couple decent.
I think like Urlacher's like a couple years, maybe 2 years in.
Yeah,
sophomore year.
Brian
I think Urlacher was a rookie in 06. I think he got drafted in 06.
I don't think so. He wasn't a rookie on the Super Bowl team.
I think it was 2000. He was drafted.
I don't think he was drafted that early.
I don't think he was. I definitely don't think he was a rookie on the Super Bowl team. I'm looking it up. Oh, he was an All-American in 1999, so I don't think he was. He was picked in 2000, pick number 9.
2000. Okay, I didn't know he got drafted that early.
That's like 2006 was the Super Bowl year. He was already elite by that time.
Oh yeah, he was like all elite.
Yeah. I remember. Obviously, our household was Chiefs fans growing up. I kind of followed the trend until I just wanted to go out on my own. But my love for basketball started in high school, and then I suffered through 4 years of probably 4 or 5 years of being a Celtics fan with our worst teams ever, and then finally made all the big trades, got Ray Allen and KG, and got that chip.
To a game that season, Oklahoma City.
Yep.
That they won it all.
Yep. It's good times. I remember we were watching the series at my house, and then I was working at Walmart at that time, and Antoine was a Lakers fan. It was all sorts of bad at me. But I remember the game was a game 4. Pretty sure it was game 4. I was super pissed because I had to go to work at like at 10, and when I left, the Lakers were just destroying us like 70 to like 30. So I went into work all pissed off, and Antoine's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, you saw the freaking score? This is before like major smartphones." And he's like, "You might want to go check that score." I'm like, "Ha." He's like, "No, for real." So I go check the score in the bathroom because we weren't allowed to have our phones. And sure enough, we came back and won. I remember I got lucky because of my schedule somehow. That was the only game I missed. You know, I didn't get to finish the second half of it. But I was trying my best.
Is this the Springfield Walmart?
Yeah. Over on North Kansas?
Yeah.
He was living in Bolivar.
Yeah.
I think at least.
My first apartment. It's pretty
so
sketchy.
I was still in college.
I know. I used to come during the summer. I used to come get you during the weekends and then take you back before work.
Yeah, I didn't have a car. I was a bum.
Yeah, I remember. Then how you ruined the hamburger helper.
You had fucking expired milk. Such badly inspired milk.
I was poor. So our Sunday meal was the only time I ever got to eat real food, and I always made a bunch of hamburger helper for us. And Chuck didn't pay attention, and he poured freaking spoiled milk all over.
It was bad. It was like chunky and shit. It was It was not good.
So I remember I had to run to the gas station. That was also the same year that Brady got his ankle blown out or knee.
I think it was his knee, wasn't it?
Yeah, where he's out for the season.
Week 1.
Matt Castle. Yeah. Week 1 was against the Chiefs when it happened.
Yeah.
I remember because I worked overnight, but I tried so hard to stay up on Sundays to watch football before I passed out. Those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
And it was filled with Halo 3. My Lord.
I played a lot of Halo.
Played so much Halo 3. I remember I rented it and didn't return it for like 3 months until I could afford to buy it. So just sad. And that and NBA Live. Wait.
Yeah, we were actually ranked on that game.
Mm-hmm. We had like 130 game win streak in NBA Live.
Great,
it was insane.
Was KG on the cover of that?
No,
he was on the live, or he's on the cover of 2K something. It was wasn't it somebody random, or was it Gilbert?
I think it was Gilbert Arenas.
It's either Gilbert or T-Mac, I think. Let me see.
It's Gilbert.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was.
That game was so good.
Such amazing.
I love the hot zones, because you had the hot zones you could see on the court when you activated it, and you could always, like, those were the money
Mike Miller with the
spots on the court. I still remember, like, our streak was on the line, and I was playing just me, and I was down by this dude, like, 30 points. And then I think I hit, like, 11 threes with Michael Redd in the fourth quarter. This dude was so mad.
Was this on the 360?
Yeah. It was raging so hard. That was back before I even had a PS3. I just had the 360 at that time. That was good stuff.
No.
That was when I was actually when I was introduced to. I played. I think a demo of it, so that I saved up or traded in money to get it. I got Devil May Cry 4, and that was the first one I ever actually played.
I was with you. You got that. That was amazing. You got that. Amazing.
Yeah, so that game was dope. So I was legitimately poor back then. It was just me and the dude who I originally got the apartment with bailed on me. That's another story. We'll save the names on that one. But they had bailed, and it was just me and barely making it.
Fortunately, I'm related to him now.
Yeah. so I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, that was some of the funnest and. When I look back out on the world that I survived, what was I doing?
I actually witnessed him get his ass kicked. By Brian Adams. While we were playing.
Cuts like a knife.
So if it makes you feel any better, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was 20 years ago, man.
You get what you deserve.
Yeah, so it is what it is. That all part. But I mean, just that feeling. That's what I miss now so much in Halo. Is logging on and missing that feeling of being so excited to log on. I remember you used to see the scroll that would tell you how many people are online for every playlist. And I remember, like, at one point it was like 2.5 million for Halo 3, and I'm like, this is so awesome.
Oh, you never had to wait for the game. Oh, you never had to wait for the game ever.
No, and it was also the most raw chats in the world.
Chats got gnarly, bro.
Kids today would not survive. So that was some mean stuff.
Remember the lady we told her to be a better parent when I was at college?
I remember that. She was yelling at me for cussing. I know, it was like 22, I don't know, 20-something years old. And I was cussing. Brian, we weren't even talking to this kid.
No.
We were just talking to each other. That was honestly back before the day before party chat. So we were just really talking to each other in the lobby, and she comes in, blah, 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 screaming, you can't be talking like that. I'm like, me being a savage, I'm like, ma'am, how old is your son? She's like, oh, he's like 7 or whatever. I'm like, did you look at the game by chance? I said, it's rated M for mature. So the only reason he has that gun, game, is because you bought it for him. So now who's mother of the year? She got so mad at me. She was screaming and turning the game off.
We were playing in the lobby of my dorm, and so everybody was there. It was fucking hilarious.
So that was when I had absolutely no filters. So that was good times. And I feel so sad I can't remember this kid's name, but we always used to, he was Australian. Call him British. Piss him off. And they always talked about how his mom's hot. I remember getting his mom to talk with us and stuff. Oh, he's told me he's going to be
my buddy Willie was a professional Halo player.
Yeah, I remember.
He was fucking ungodly good.
I remember yelling at Gunner,
falling asleep at Horde,
twice, and ruining Swan Point
and that
Halo.
tinfoil mic.
Oh my god! We used to use to connect as the freaking microphone. So it's like picking up all kinds of audio and stuff. Like
Bad.
Matt, I'm pretty
He's
sure
the
you
only
could.
person I knew that had a Connect.
I did, but we never used it, and then we got rid of it. Because by the way, our they expected you to have your own largest room in the world for it to
Literally have
recognize
to have like a fucking big, like probably a 10 by 10 like space.
Yeah, I remember it's like you're too close. Like, what do you want me to be on the roof? It's like this is who'd you design this for? So I remember we got rid of ours because it was pointless. But we played a lot of Gears too. Still do. Well, can't now because my computer's broken. But yeah, I'd like to play some Gears. It sounds good in theory.
Right.
But Gunner and his tinfoil mic. I remember how disappointed I was with Halo 4.
That was such a disappointment, bro. I was such a disappointment. So mad. Isn't that we waited in line at GameStop to get that, didn't we? That's where the guy that was wearing the military uniform got yelled at for wearing his uniform off duty.
Yep.
Was that or ODST?
I don't remember. It was one of the two.
Sorry.
Halo 4, I was working at T-Mobile. I was actually working two jobs. I was working at working at T-Mobile and Sonic, and going to college.
4, I was up in North Dakota.
Yeah, that came out. That was a disappointment. Matt, wasn't it? Did you jump in on NBA Live 11? I think is when you got added when they had no.
No, I didn't play NBA Live. I played 2K.
I feel like you did.
No.
I don't know.
Right.
I thought you did the live runs with us.
Pedro?
Yeah, Pedro.
Yeah, we met him on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's who we played live with. So I'm saying, I'm pretty sure you played live with us.
No, I was 2K.
Don't you remember Pedro? We hopped on GTA and like Pedro was he's obviously Spanish. Remember he told us he was poor, and then he showed us pictures of his house, and he's like rich as hell. I'm like poor, and then we always made of course just being friendly, making jokes about him being Mexican and everything, and he always egged it on. And then we logged on to GTA with him in the first time, and he had the most Mexican setup ever. Remember he had a caddy on hydros with the. I'm like, what is this, bro? I'm like, he looked nothing like it whatsoever.
No, at all.
So I don't know why I remember that. But I just remember we just first time we ever played with him, we strolled up and killed him and left. That was the very first GTA Online ever.
Yeah. He always got about hurt.
Oh yeah. He
About
always
stuff.
got his feelings hurt.
Yeah, I think we went hard on him a lot.
I don't remember what the guy's name was. Remember some guy was obsessed with Courtney.
I remember.
Courtney
Good
Lee.
Lord. Good Lord.
Saying he was super good. We're like,
Shit, what are you talking about?
Remember he was a big
He
had playoffs.
I remember.
Yeah, we thought it was BS when we watched the game, and he was actually there, in the fifth row. I'm like, bro, why do you think Courtney Lee's good?
No offense, Courtney, if you listen.
Yeah, if Courtney Lee, if you listen to this, you would obviously destroy any of us in basketball. But it was just on a team with Dwayne Wade and Shaq and Alonzo Mourning and all the other greats. Somehow, Courtney Lee is the favorite. I don't know.
It really was. I forgot that kid's name.
I can't remember. I remember the other kid's name was Chankstain, which is probably some sort of something I probably shouldn't say, but that was the guy's gamer tag.
Right.
Sorry if that's somehow some sort of slang, but it's not supposed to be. And then the dude with almost died laughing over the woodshop glasses.
Amari Stoudemire.
See, Matt, that was on NBA Live.
No, that was 2K.
I don't think it was.
It was 2K.
It was too good. I know that the dude was over there dying.
Was a diehard Knicks fan.
I know, he was so taken back by it.
They're like, yeah, he's gonna have his own fucking TV show where he's wearing flannel and cut. Al Borland.
Yeah, dude was just straight up losing it. Like, what the hell's wrong with you guys? I remember the old Cougar flip.
Dude, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. I about freaking pissed myself. We were laughing so hard. Freaking Adam Morrison.
I've never seen that before and ever again for the freaking dunk contest. Adam Morrison, for no reason, jumps like a freaking cougar, rolls on his back, and rises up for a dunk from the free throw line.
And he uses the ball like he's doing like a handstand and uses it as a cougar flips. Does like a front flip off the basketball and dunks the ball. He's like the whitest guy on planet Earth.
Oh, he went to Gonzaga.
Yeah, he played for the Clippers.
Yeah. Him and Hansbrough went to the Pacers,
right.
But then they had the showdown that year in the Final Four, didn't they? Gonzaga, North Carolina. Yeah. That is ingrained in my brain forever. That stupid dunk.
I've still never seen anything like it.
It's because it's so unrealistic. It's stupid. How do you
I don't think I'll ever forget about Sting flying around in the arena.
Oh yeah, dude, the glitch on 2K where he fell off the ladder and he's just flying in a circle around the arena. We were dying so hard. It's making the noises too of him falling the entire time. I'm just like, I just can't. Oh man,
my house when that happened.
No, we were playing online.
Yeah, because I remember
I think
on basketball too. The players used to sink into the court.
So I remember it happening because it was freaking hilarious.
I remember when you had a tomahawk dunk with Amari Stoudemire and Kendrick Perkins.
Straight murdered him
from baseline.
That was so nasty. I remember the dude on 2K too. That was good. Our teammate of ours were all laughing at him because it was like a 63 against like a 99. We're like, this dude's gonna get destroyed. And literally 2 seconds into the game, it's like a dunk from like the 3-point line. And the dude's like thrown into the literally into the stands. He just quits. One dunk, done. Me and Matt were dying so hard. It was so funny.
He literally dunks on him and he falls down. And he just quits.
Just like dunked once.
It was us three playing. I remember it happening. Bad.
Oh man, that was a good moment. If only 2K was still good.
Yeah, that game hasn't been fucking good since 2017.
No, it's in rough times. What was your drink to be when you were a kid, man? Is there anything that was kept in the house that you were like, no, I don't want that?
You don't want?
Yeah, like did you have a favorite, least favorite?
We really, like, when I was in elementary and like middle school, we never really had soda in the house. We never kept soda.
Gotcha.
I was a Surge fan. I love Surge.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, if I would ever go out and get soda, I'd get like a Coke, or if it was Pepsi place, Mountain Dew.
No Surge, man.
Surge was good, but when they re-released it,
no, I was talking about the OG Surge, bro.
Yeah,
dude, I'm just sitting here like, it makes me so sad. But I wish Vault was still around.
Yeah, Vault was good.
The green and the red were so good. I miss that.
I think the red Vault was my favorite, but green was still solid.
Yeah. Yeah, they were both super awesome. I miss them.
I don't know why they got rid of it.
Too good.
Can't have it.
Same reason the original Game Fuel's gone. Another thing that makes up my childhood, my teenage years for sure. I remember me and Chuck down in like a freaking 12-pack of Game Fuel apiece playing Halo.
What was it?
Game Fuel.
Oh yeah, dude.
The OG.
Yeah, the charity.
Dude, that was so good.
So we never really like drank alcohol or anything like that. We were just freaking drinking like Game Fuel and Vault and other shit. We were never really like big drinkers.
Give me the do,
yeah, something
man.
we just never did. Yeah, something we just never did.
Yeah, let's say we were just. That's what I was laughing that we got so much hate sometimes. We're really actually not that bad at kids. As far as favorite drinks, obviously, when I became a teenager, I started buying like as much Vault and Surge and all that stuff as I could. Both mom and dad drank Coke growing up, but anytime I could get my hands on some Dew. Also, a random one. We used to. We used to shop at Aldi's, and they had this. This is back before they started selling Coke products. They had something called Black Cherry.
I remember that.
It was like Black Cherry Cola, super good. I always liked it way better than the name brand Cherry Coke. I still don't think name brand Cherry Coke's really any good. I don't think it tastes like Cherry Coke, even though it's Cherry Coke. If that makes any sense.
It's weird because like if you go and like you get it like out of
like the freestyle machine. It actually tastes right.
It's good. But if you get it out of a can and shit, it's not. I don't know what makes it different, but it is.
I agree. The canned or bottle version of Cherry Coke is, but the freestyle is legit. So that was something. And then, of course, my love to this day. One of my loves is still Doritos and popcorn. Favorite snacks for sure. I was never really that big on candy or chocolate, even though we always had so much of it. As we kept candy dishes out for guests and all that stuff. But good old popcorn and Doritos.
Yeah, Doritos are my go-to for chips.
Yeah, Doritos are probably Doritos.
Nacho cheese or those sweet chili.
They're still the best. Doritos are still the best chips.
And back when they had the 3D ones.
Oh, they like the Pringle or the
3D Doritos.
Yeah.
I think they brought them back.
They did we had them at a couple Super Bowls ago. Somebody brought them over.
They're like the Bugle Bites or whatever. So the 3D ones.
Yeah, Bugles. Yeah.
Bugles are good.
Plus, I know you, Matt. You had a bunch of Oreos and milk, didn't you?
I won't lie about that.
Yeah,
the what is it? The fucking mega stuff.
I think I've seen that one. Nothing. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, those are obviously good. Oreos definitely second favorite for sure.
I did like.
Can't go wrong with Oreo.
I did like me some Oreos.
So Saturday mornings, did you sleep in because a little bit because you stayed up all night on Friday night late, or did you watch some cartoons?
When I was a kid, I'd get up early. They had back in elementary school. They had the 2003 Ninja Turtles on TV. On WB Kids, whatever. Used to watch that. They had like a Sonic the Hedgehog show on there. It was like an anime.
That too. That's also solid.
That was good. And then I remember coming home in elementary school around 4 o'clock because we were like the last bus stop. And I remember like Naruto being on TV right after. So I'd go home and watch that. And it was like new episodes. So each day was a new episode. It was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
I had never watched Naruto until like 2015.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time after school.
Because I didn't think it was that good just by watching clips and stuff of it.
Nobody does, and then they watch it and they're like,
"You're freaking hooked." Like, it got me bad.
Well, to be fair, it's a rough start. You started watching it after I did. I remember I was watching it when I stayed at your house a little bit, and then you started watching it. And I'm like, no, I swear, you got to get through like the first 40 episodes. It's like, if you make it through it, it'll be worth it. But let's be honest, the entire original Naruto, pretty rough sometimes.
It just reminds me of Gohan whining all the time in Dragon Ball, so it wasn't that bad because I was already used to that.
That's still pretty bad.
It had some good fights, though.
No, it wasn't all bad, but I mean, like, there are points.
No, it was solid, bro.
The worst part is
Dry gets in. When Dry gets into the show,
Kirby
it really picks up. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. No, I still think the flashbacks in Shippuden are far worse than the original, because it's like, I've seen this.
That was at the very, very end of Shippuden when they did all that crap, and it annoyed me.
Well, that and the pirate arc, which we talked about, so stupid.
When he's trying to go to train with Killer Bee, that whole time in between, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Rapping.
I didn't mind the rapping. It's just the story arc when Naruto started to leave to the Turtle Island. There was the whole pirate thing where they're on the ship the whole time is what Nick's talking about.
It's like 25 episodes.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. But, I mean, that sounds like a pretty solid childhood watching to me.
Yeah. And I think whenever...
Did you ever go to Blockbuster?
We didn't have Blockbuster. We had Hollywood.
We had Blockbuster.
Same thing.
Yeah, we used to go to Hollywood all the time. It was like every week.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh,
yeah. I remember my parents renting Lil Nicky.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah. That was a favorite childhood memory, too, when we were able to do that, go there and rent the new games and stuff.
Renting games and renting movies and stuff like that was like my favorite thing ever to do when I was...
I remember renting the South Park racing game, the 64. My mom's like, you're not allowed to play this anymore.
That meme.
Yeah. Don't be a buzzkill, Mom. Yeah. So, I know you said you went over to Ian's a lot, so mostly you were going over to other friends' houses?
Yeah, it was pretty much the go-to, because I remember I got into like airsoft for a little bit.
Yeah.
Airsoft guns. So I had a few of those growing up.
I played paintball.
I played paintball like twice. It was fun, but I never
got domed.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fun stuff. I would say, while I did, me and my friend Tim, we used to kind of switch off every other weekend of who's go to whose house. But a lot of the times my house was the hangout spot. So, pretty not a bad deal though, by any means, but just kind of depend. But we would just kind of switch back and forth.
My house was not the hangout spot. My house was, if you want to get verbally abused, go over there. That's why I was never home. I always went over to other people's houses because, like I said, I didn't have internet or...
Was it ever awkward when you had a friend over and you started getting an argument with your parents?
Awkward
while they're there,
or
vice versa?
We're used to. Me and my mom cussed each other out so much times and freaking fought all the time. That's why.
I remember the first time I ever went to your house, we played NCAA. I think 06. Because the first year we hung out too, it was USC and Texas in the title game.
That game was awesome.
But yeah, I remember that was the first time I went to your house. That was the one over by the church. We played some NCAA. I remember because we got that super slow-mo hit on Reggie Bush for no reason.
Dead.
Yeah, just like, remember I was playing as Miami and Chuck was cheating playing as USC, and we're playing against each other, and then like I go to hit him, and for some reason like the camera all stops and it starts rotating 360, like into some like massive hit, and we're like, what is happening right now? Is he dead? Like, what's going on? And I also remember the terrible damn soundtrack. Had which I mean, as I've gotten older, it's grown on me. But it always played the Clash. Should I stay or should I go? We're like, damn it! Give us the ones that used to have the freaking school music on it. Give me the band.
I never had my own room either, though, because I always shared a room with my brother, Cody.
It's true.
So I've growing up, I never had my own room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think I had my own room until Willard.
Yeah, I guess I was blessed in that
7th grade.
I was blessed in that factor because, my
when
brother.
Did Rod move out?
I was still pretty young. I think he moved right out when I was 18. Well, before that too. So, funny story. Him and my other brother Matt actually made an apartment out of our shed at one point, and had like a TV and stuff out there. Remember they did works or whatever they call that, where you work as part of your schooling, and they were working at damn, I can't remember the name of the place. It's a furniture place. I don't think they're there anymore, but it's a furniture place. So they only went to school 1 hour a day for their whole senior years. So they were always working, and they had an apartment out of there. So at that time,
when I started,
I mean, they were home,
already out of the house.
No. Oh yeah, that was when I was like 10 or 11. So you didn't meet me till I was like 14.
Yeah, 14, 15.
They were already living next door at that time, so I think they had left like 3 or 4 years later or before.
I'll say because it was just you.
Yeah, I'd say so. Other than that, it was just me, and then we had an extra. We had an extra like computer room or whatever. It got morphed into, but I never really actually had to really share a room. And plus,
your mom never hated me when I came over because I always take my shoes off before I go into your house. Because I always do that because my mom taught me that. Like even my house, I don't wear my shoes in my house. So whenever I go into your house, I always took my shoes off. She's like, "Thank you for taking your shoes off." I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
You got on the good side. Everybody else got yelled at.
So I started off good.
Good first impression. Yeah, I guess, but yeah, I got pretty lucky on that. I guess I never really actually had to ever share a room.
That was my whole freaking life was sharing a room. I didn't have my own room until I went to college, and then I had a roommate for my whole first year. In my second year, I got my own room.
I guess it's kind of weird like that. I guess I never really put two and two together that there was a difference between all of us there, but Cameron still doesn't have his own room now. He probably won't even listen to this, but I know you answered it earlier, but what about you? Saturday morning sleeping in or cartoons?
Talking to me? Oh, cartoons, bro. I was watching Dragon Ball Z in the mornings when it came on. Because that's really the only times I could watch it. When it came on Saturday mornings.
Nice. I remember that, and then I would Saturday mornings I used to play Doug.
Doug was dope.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Skeeter.
Yeah. He was Skeeter. Roger.
Skeeter was
Roger
Skeeter was all blue, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Roger was green and orange. And then Patty. Remember the Beats? Obviously making fun of the Beatles.
I remember watching Doug.
Right, they weren't making fun of him, but
watching Dexter's Laboratory as well.
Oh yeah, dude! Legend of the Hidden
That
Temple.
was one of my favorite shows of all time, bro. Where they have to go through and like find stuff. It's so cool.
Find the golden monkey, whatever.
And Guts.
Guts was good. Gladiator.
Double Dare.
Double Dare was also classic.
Yeah, those were all solid. Yeah, I remember. I loved American Gladiator.
I watched that when I was younger as well. It was in the 90s.
Yeah, so that was always a good time just to watch that.
And that's when I was watching Legend of the Hidden Temple too. That freaking show was awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure, that was solid. But that was kind of like mostly the.
Watching Are You Afraid of the Dark when it first came out.
That's one of my favorites. I've actually got the whole series
of
that.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to go back. Obviously, it's not going to feel. I mean, I'm 33 years old now, so obviously not going to be scared by it anymore.
Right, but
you know what I mean? Just the nostalgia part of it. I bought the whole series. They had it on sale a while back, so I've got that whole thing too. It's for nostalgia, and of course, I almost forgot Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, I watched Power Rangers. I remember Secret of the Ooze when I got that on VHS when it first came out.
Oh yeah, I actually went to the theater.
Same.
Yeah, definitely a favorite.
I forgot to mention one of the biggest parts of my childhood is Pokemon. Wow, I literally almost forgot that. Grew up.
It's like the biggest part of Matt's
as soon as Pokemon came out, it was 96 or 97. We were living in Kentucky at the time, and I collected the cards pretty hardcore. My buddy Lee, he was Korean. Lived a couple blocks down the road from me. We were on base, and his parents had a flea market booth. So we would literally, when we knew our stuff, obviously, so we'd go to the flea market booth all the Saturdays, and we'd trade with everybody, bro. So I had like $200 or $300 worth of freaking cards that I sold when I moved, which I probably shouldn't have. I super regret it now, but yeah, just collecting Pokemon cards was, man, huge part of my life during the late 90s.
Matt's like, that's weird. I just got a set of $300 cards from Kentucky last week.
Those cards would be worth freaking $500,000.
Yeah. For those who didn't catch the joke, Matt still collects Pokemon.
Yeah, collect them all.
Collect them. Catch them, Matt. Come on. Gotta catch
them all, Matt. Come on, man.
Can we all agree that Digimon sucks?
Yeah. I had a cousin that was like obsessed with Digimon. I was like,
so
it sucks.
For me growing up, it was either people playing Digimon or Magic the Gathering or Pokemon. You're part one of them.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh.
It wasn't really Yu-Gi-Oh. It's one of those three crowds.
I collected Yu-Gi-Oh for a little while. Back in the day.
Yeah, it's either Magic the Gathering, Digimon, or Pokemon.
I watched the anime too growing up, and then I rewatched it like a couple of years ago. I was like, man, this is kind of cringe.
Let's say, and you watch it and you realize how bad it is.
Yeah,
you're like, this is terrible.
Same with the Pokemon anime. I'm like, man, this is real cringe.
Cringe. It really is, bro. It really is. This is why it's like, do I go back and watch it, or do I just accept it for the memory that it was?
I do think I'll catch the final arc of Ash and see how they
started.
I think it came out. I think it came out today or yesterday.
They just throw a toaster in the bathtub. He's not with us anymore.
He's probably in a coma at the end.
Oh God, they're gonna do like the Roseanne ending. He's dead.
Well, come on, bro.
That's one show I remember Mom watched a lot growing up with Roseanne, for sure.
My mom watched that as well.
And Home Improvement.
My dad watched Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, I liked Home Improvement.
For sure. Oh, Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. I remember that show.
Not the mama. Not the mama.
I never watched it.
How dare you? disgrace Jim Henson's
We used to watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's also a good one. All improv.
With Ryan
Fantastic.
Stiles and
then Drew Carey had his own show. We used to watch that.
Cleveland Rocks.
Yeah. Mimi, whatever. She'd wear all the makeup and shit.
Yeah. It was Mimi, yep. You are correct.
My love for this sounds ridiculous, but during the summers back in the day when I was younger, I used to do stupid crap. Mainly because I was playing WoW, so I'd stay up for like 36 to 40 hours at a time. Just because why not? It was the summer. That was before I had a job, so I could do whatever. But they used to do 4 straight episodes of Married with Children at like 4 to 6 in the morning.
Show.
Oh, dude,
and I used to stay up to watch it every night.
I had to get ready for school and watch Married with Children.
Yeah, like that was so awesome.
TBS, man.
Yeah, TBS. That's how I originally found a love for it.
I think they had Home Improvement on after.
Yeah. Remember when Nick at Night used to be lit before they added all the stupid stuff?
Used to be, right.
They used to do Home Improvement on Nick at Night.
They had like Home Improvement, like Fresh Prince.
I think they had Fresh Prince too.
Wonder Years. Yeah, they had some pretty good stuff on there.
Full House.
Now it's like for some reason it's that mom show. I'm like, why?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I wish I didn't. I don't even know it was like still on the air. It's some show called Mom. Like the last I knew.
George Lopez.
That too. Yeah, I remember watching all those. Yeah.
Little Low Rider.
Yeah.
Low Rider. I do.
Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff. I remember at one point they used to have Gilligan's Island because I remember watching it when I was younger.
Yeah, I remember watching
Family
that.
Matters a lot too when I was younger.
Did I do that?
Great show.
Yeah, that's another good one.
It was kind of weird because they didn't have Urkel in the beginning.
No, they didn't. About the way close.
Right.
And then they brought Urkel in, and then, like the show became a hit.
I'd say it got good.
It was okay before they had him in it. It just wasn't at that level.
It was just too serious. Right. I think at one point they had King of Queens. I liked watching it too. That was funny.
I didn't start watching King of Queens until I was a little bit older and I actually liked it.
I think I watched it before. I think it was before The Simpsons, like in the afternoons.
Yeah, that used to be on. Yeah, like how they have like the other local channels that aren't like aren't like the main, but they play all the reruns. I think it was on there, and Chuck's favorite, Seinfeld.
Oh God! Two of the stupidest shows ever, I think, is Seinfeld and MASH.
Man, I love Seinfeld.
Garbage.
Seinfeld's great. MASH, terrible. I'll side with you on that.
Yeah, I've never seen MASH.
That 70s show, too. Fantastic.
As soon as I seen MASH was on TV, it was
exactly.
time to go to bed.
Yeah, me too. They either turned the channel or went to bed. I'm like, yeah.
I think back in the after Monday Night Raw, they played MASH.
I remember that.
Before this, it was before the terrible Steve-O show.
Oh, the doctor? Where he's a doctor?
Yeah, it lasted for like an hour. They always used to throw random stuff in after Raw.
Watched
no
Jackass
reason.
when I was younger.
Psych.
Too.
Oh yeah.
Bam
Margera
too.
Oh, Viva the Bam
was one of my favorites.
And
Wild Boys.
My Ride was great.
Yeah, they were all on Sunday nights because they called it Sucker Free Sunday. Oh, dude, we almost forgot the gyms, Room Raiders. And Next.
Those were fantastic, Nick. Those got us through some tough times.
Yeah, we watched that as teenagers for sure. That shit cracks me up. You want biscuit?
It was so funny because on the next thing, they always fucking played like embarrassing shit at the bottom of what they did.
Yeah, dude, that. I'm pretty sure it was probably all staged, but it was still funny as hell.
But hilarious.
I'll just never forget that idiot on the biscuit just for no reason. Like they had this farmer guy and brings this girl out like for his date or whatever, and I don't even know why. It just like randomly he's like, "You want a biscuit?" Like, what? I remember half the people always got said next before they even made it off the bus.
As soon as they step off next.
Before they even say hi. Yeah, those are both solid. Room Raiders and Next. I feel like there's another one, but I don't remember the name.
MTV is so good.
Oh, it's the one with the parents. Was it like parental control or something like that? Remember?
Yeah.
Like the exes had to go sit with their parents, watching the other ones go on dates.
Yeah,
what the hell is this?
That's exactly what it was. Oh man, that show was awesome.
That was before Dustin made it famous. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, parental control. That was solid.
MTV was a big part of my childhood.
Oh, absolutely. That was back when they played music.
Yeah.
Seems like 100 years ago.
So I remember when I was in Florida, Todd, my cousin Todd, and then we used to watch all like the late like music videos, like the rap videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, and Headbangers Ball.
Like all the time.
Those were the best times.
It really was.
Robin Big.
Oh, absolutely. Robin Big, Fantasy Factory. I remember Robin Big telling me about my best friend. The intro for it.
I wouldn't say it's part of my childhood. I was more around older, but I still watched it.
Rest in peace.
I know, it's crazy. I remember my brother used to always watch Real World, and I'm like, why?
I used to watch Real World versus World Rules, the challenges and stuff.
I remember he watched Road Rules too, and I'm like,
one of my favorites. That's where actually when the Miz was actually on that, and I watched it before he was famous.
Yeah, I remember that's where he came from, and then they started Jersey Shore, and everything went to shit.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I'll never forget how terrible that was.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Snooki wants smush. Yeah, that was more teenager for sure, but I still remember going to see. I remember the first time because me and my dad would always go to the movie store and rent movies for the weekend to watch. We'd always go look. We'd always reserve movies, so we'd have them reserved like a week before. That was back when you could do that. And I remember the first time we watched Fellowship of the Ring. Then I remember going to see Two Towers 2 or 3 times. I remember. Funny story. I don't know if I told in the last podcast, but the first Star Wars I ever saw was Episode 1, and then I made him go to the store and rent me all the other ones, the original trilogy, so I could go back and watch them. I remember that with Rocky too. I'm like, during the summer, I'm like, just rent all the Rocky movies. I'll just watch them all one day. I just binged all the Rockies back to back, like
all the
back before streaming and all that. So I like to do that.
Gonna fly now.
Yeah, shouldn't have made 5 now.
This is definitely the worst one.
Back when they were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
that was rough.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, that was legit. I remember the first time we ever got a DVD player. A funny story. I remember my dad being who he is, and for anybody that knows my dad, you'll understand. But sometimes he just doesn't. He just goes with the flow. And I remember the movie store. We were always talking about it, and one of my friends actually got a DVD player. Tim, they got a DVD player first. I remember because we watched X-Men and Crouching Tiger on it, and my dad kind of made a little bit of a white lie that he had already bought a DVD player. So then, like, the movie guy actually got like a DVD in, which was super rare back then. Sent him and let my dad have it, like, to watch. So then he felt like a jackass, and we had to go to Best Buy and buy one. so you can watch this damn movie.
That's so Johnny.
And I'm pretty sure it was my mom was pissed.
Oh, I can, yeah.
about the whole situation. I remember we watched
like $80 back then or something,
bro.
Yeah, they were like $200 back then. So I went and got one at Best Buy, and I remember the movie was Titan AE. Was the first DVD we ever got to watch, and then the next one was we got it from Best Buy was Bone Collector with Denzel.
Good movie.
Throwbacks. That's kind of funny, but that always stick with me just because it was just like, how do we get out of this now that we've told this guy we have it, and then we're literally doing us a favor, letting us watch it for free, and then we don't even have anything to watch it on.
Nick, you went on a HD kick, didn't you? Back when the HD DVDs were coming out, not Blu-ray, but the HD.
I did.
And it just never caught on.
I did. I had the first Blu-ray I ever had was my PS3, and I had the 360, and I had the HD DVD external drive, and I was pretty fascinated. I've always been fascinated by technology, but I had started to collect them, and then it kind of went out. But I remember at one point I had, because it was super easy, because they went out, and for some reason it was like the reverse effect back then. So now if something goes out of print, normally everything shoots up in price and becomes super rare. But something about that technology never did. So I had they only made a few hundred, but I had every single thing they ever put on HD DVD at one point. No, I paid $50 or $60 for the entire collection. It wasn't even expensive. People were selling them for a quarter. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll just keep this.
Yeah, because I remember hitting Blu-ray were competing, and Blu-ray just took off, and HD never had a chance.
Yeah, I remember because I was working at Tracker, and I was actually making pretty good money, and I had my PS3, and I had the Madden with Vince Young on the cover of it, and I'd go to usually, because I had to go to, this is back before direct deposit. They didn't offer it back then, so we had checks. So I had to go to Walmart to cash my check, and then I would usually buy the new movies or new games while I was there. That was back before I had a whole lot of bills, and the HD DVD prices were $5, and the Blu-rays were $25. So that made my decision pretty easy. I will take the HD DVD, please. So that kind of started my whole collection, and then I ended up with every damn HD DVD. I don't even remember what happened.
I was what did you ever do with those?
I don't know. I think if I remember correctly, I think my 360 ended up red ringing for the 6th time, and I think I gave up. And I think I just got rid of all of it, would be my guess, which is stupid. Another one of those.
Weren't they black cases?
They were red.
The red? Was it red?
Yeah, they were burgundy red. And it was so weird. They were small, they were really small cases. Kind of like the PS3 case. They're not the giant PS2 cases like they used to be. But yeah, they were full-size discs, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they were burgundy red.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
They're red, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm curious what everything's going for now. See, and if you look up HD DVD player, you can't even.
No, I don't think anybody even has them anymore, bro.
No, because they're all now the upconvert versions.
Laser disc.
They're so rare that they're not even worth anything.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
This guy has a lot of 23 DVDs for $72.
So yeah, I was stupid. That's what you're saying.
He has 40-Year-Old Virgin, Face Off, Dreamgirls, The Breakup, Mummy, Returns, 300, American Gangster, King Kong, Hustle and Flow.
This guy's
Training
got an
Day.
HD DVD player for the Xbox for $45. See, I don't think they ever mass produced many of the other players. Because if you look for them, you can't even freaking find them.
I don't even remember the HD DVDs even being out that long.
Like 6 months to a year.
What they had.
Yeah, and then it's like Blu-ray.
Blu-ray just took over.
Yeah, man, they pretty much blew them out of the water. It was like literally right about the time I got the whole collection. They're like, "Oh, we're done." Like, sweet. It's like, and then I had to start collecting Blu-rays. I remember like one of the first Blu-rays I got was 300, and then like the movie Pathfinder.
300 was amazing on it though. Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, Pathfinder was good too. I don't think many people even know about that movie.
I own it. I own it. I do.
Pathfinder.
I do.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's one of the many of movies you've bagged up.
It's hard to remember when they're all in piles of 300.
Oh, fuck.
Let's say that one's not on me. You know what? That movie only has a 9% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? That was a decent movie.
Yeah, what kind of trash is that?
We're going out of 100. I'd like to go to 70.
Yeah, it's much better than 9 for sure.
It's a lot better than Your Highness.
I watched that in his apartment in Bolivar. So fucking bad.
You remember they even made a joke to it, and this is the it's not making Your Highness too.
I just watched that movie the other day too.
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, let's not make
that movie was fucking awful.
Yeah, there's not really anything good I could say about that.
Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock movie with fucking Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are two of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I had forgot about Your Highness.
Yeah, Matt.
Thanks a lot. Why'd you have to bring that back up?
What about that Bill Murray movie where he's underwater?
Life Aquatic. That was also awful. I had such high hopes because it was him and Woody Harrelson, and that my high hopes were crushed. Yeah, I just remember watching it. I'm like, what?
God, that movie was so bad.
The bad part is we used to rip movies just because they were bad and enjoyed it, and I couldn't even enjoy it.
There's some movies that you can't enjoy; they're just too bad.
Motorhome Massacre. Classic.
Green River.
That in the mortuary with the graveyard.
Green River Killer.
Yeah, remember Ushpizin? Remember that random movie? I remember all those random classics we used to go to the movie gallery. That's the name of the place
movie gallery.
Think of. Yeah, it just popped in my head. We finally got a movie gallery in town, and we used to hit.
We watched some bangers on that one, bro.
Oh, absolutely. We used to go there every Tuesday and get all the new movies and games, and get all the B movies and watch them, and then make my dad watch them, and he's just
make the whole time. Probably the best part of it. Of the whole, fuck, what are they doing there?
Yeah. My dad didn't enjoy the art of the terrible movies like we did. He was just confused while we were watching it. It's so stupid. I know, that's why it's funny.
This don't even make sense, guys. We know.
The Motorhome Massacre, where you literally see it's a plastic kid's toy knife, and they're literally just stabbing the side of the sheet with a fake body in it. That
zipper on the back of the Motorhome Massacre, I think, what it was.
Yeah,
that was too good.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Those are classics.
I really
miss
do
that.
too. I really do too.
It's those little things I guess you lose over a lifetime, and I think that streaming and stuff like that has just kind of ruined that kind of aspect of going to places like that and finding those sweet gems.
I think that the unknown factor when we were growing up, because streaming wasn't a thing, was
Absolutely. You didn't have reviews.
Yeah,
you didn't have. I mean, there was Rotten Tomatoes, but no one gave a shit.
But you're
about
literally
Rotten
going
Tomatoes.
in and watching the movie with an open mind.
Exactly.
You read the back of the box and you're like, okay,
we didn't even look at the back of the box. We went off the front of the box.
I mean, sometimes you look at the back just to see what it's rated and how long it is. But other than that, I mean, that's right. Both right. You go in with an open mind. And I think that's kind of ruined with today because everything has a rating. You can't do anything. Everything we do is so connected to the internet. We always hear someone else's opinion before you ever get the chance to
clouds your own opinion. So there's no.
So Stockton never had like a Blockbuster.
Movie gallery.
Just a movie gallery.
Movie gallery, yep. Movie land.
Oh, Dan, the movie man.
Yeah, I'd say the movie land was just a private-owned business, and then movie gallery was the first. Which movie gallery lasted?
Yeah, we went to Dan
years.
a lot.
And then the whole business went out. Yeah, we were pretty loyal to Dan. We always try to give him business too, and help out local businesses and everything too. I used to order. Again, this is back before Amazon and stuff was popular, but he had access to the distributors. So I was having him order movies for me in collections and stuff that I couldn't find online that he could get through distributors, and I was keeping them. Obviously, I was paying for them, but you know what I mean. He was like my hookup for. That's how I got like the first TMNT collection on DVD.
My mom was friends with him, so it went there all the time.
Pretty big movie fanatic.
Yeah, he was actually pretty knowledgeable as well, just talking about movies and stuff. He had seen most of them.
It sounds like a sad goal, but one of the things I always wanted to do in life was work at a movie theater, which isn't as fun as it sounds, I'm sure. Or work at a movie place and just literally talk to people about movies all day.
Yeah.
And get knowledge. I don't know. That's never going to happen unless somehow this becomes popular, and that's what we do. But you know what I mean? That always just seemed like the coolest job. Or like work at a music store. You imagine making a living just talking about music.
Back when FYE was a thing. That's where I wanted to work.
Yeah.
In the mall. That's where I wanted to work at, bro. Because that place had tons of movies, tons of music, CDs, like that.
FYE is still back.
That place was hopping.
Is it?
Yeah, there's
I was
one
just
in
at the mall the other day. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's right by Hollister that we.
What do they sell? iTunes gift cards now?
Vinyls.
I didn't know that.
They have a lot of anime stuff in there too.
$8 billion or?
I don't know. I never really paid attention to the vinyls.
Gotcha. I'll have to check it out.
I'm sure normal price is probably like $25 or something.
Obviously not next couple of days because it's going to be a freaking blizzard, but
yeah,
they have cool shit in there.
We should take a trip there with
the
camera, along with the candy stores. I just had a brilliant idea. An episode titled "Our Day at the Mall." Oh boy! Where we all go and just look at stuff and critique each other's choices. You can't tell me that would not be gold.
Oh, it would be gold. It's getting dipshit 1 and dipshit 2 to actually go along with it, but I think it would be gold.
Yeah. Holding us back.
I mean, we can get rid of them. It's not like they have any equity in this. It's an easy out.
Like you said, somebody that's always on their phone can't even check the...
Yeah, the two people that use their phones the most are the ones who can't manage to pick up their phone. One of them sending me videos I've seen 100 times. The other one's reading Reddit.
I mean, I like the idea. I mean, I'm definitely down for it. Just tell me what day, but...
I mean, maybe a couple weeks from now. Maybe... I know Cameron was talking about by the way, since you guys didn't get to know, Cameron wrote D&D by being 4 hours late.
So we were supposed to be there at 10 to eat breakfast with us, and he didn't show up till 2:00.
Yeah, it was either 2 or 3. So D&D got canceled, so we didn't even get to do it. So our D&D is delayed, so we don't have an update on that for you. But I know he was talking about the next time we were playing, and he was thinking about it. Originally, he did the same thing again. He told me he had it off, and said he had to go check because he might have something else planned that day. I'm like, okay, so just let me know. But we could do that. I know he was talking about wanting to do an escape room, which I told him whenever. But I think the day at the mall would be funny too.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do the mall. I think that'd be fun.
Obviously, we can't film.
Honestly, yeah, they won't let us do that.
Yeah, can't do that. But
not to say we can't do it
at the mall could
or
be
not
quite
actually don't have fun doing it, but we just can't film it.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise for somebody else anyways. That's not cool. That's not cool. Be in there melting water or something.
Oh, fresh water melt. The melt
Come on
water.
now.
They actually have a trading card store too in the mall. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do. I went in there with my little nephew Christian and actually checked it out. It's pretty neat. They actually have tournaments in there all the time. Like when I was in there, they're having a
they play D&D in there.
They were playing Pokemon, but I think time before that they were playing D&D in there.
Said I just go in there we should go in there with sleeveless shirts and stare at them.
Wear hats and sunglasses.
Except for Matt, who doesn't have the damn tattoo.
Good job, Matt. It's
party foul.
It's beyond a party foul, bro.
I even left you a good color.
I was even gonna
pink.
Left you blue, and I was even gonna pay it for you. You didn't even do it.
I was gonna make you get pink and change my mind. I had to talk. Tyler was good with whatever, but I had to talk Cody and Cameron into getting the same color, and we're to leave you blue. Since for some reason Cameron did the exact opposite of what he said he was going to do, regardless of wearing sunglasses and sleeveless shirts for leg tattoo. Then we get in there, he's like, I think I want to get red and yellow. I'm like, I think you can go fuck yourself. That's the color of mine. Like, red and yellow, huh? I'm like, mine's literally based on Stranger Things, and the colors are red and yellow. Then you show up saying you want red and yellow. Like,
yeah, because I went with orange. Cody was going to go with purple.
Well, the screwed up part is when we got back there, when I was telling him, like, you're not getting red and yellow. And then he's like, well, I guess I'll get purple. In my mind, I knew that Cody already picked purple, but I'm like, sure. So I let him get purple. And then we went out to the lobby, and Cody's like, you got purple? I was so mad.
And he had to wind up going green.
Mm-hmm. He was not happy about it, but it was funny. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it all worked out in the end. Well, since I completely forgot what the hell the next episode was about, do you have any ideas?
No, I still think we should do the job experience thing, like the craziest stuff that's happened to us at our previous jobs.
I still think that would be a good idea.
I think that's one of a solid topic to start with.
Job.
Shoes. Favorite shoes growing up, because I know I was a big shoe head. I know you were. So I think we can go in on some shoes.
Matt's like, I still got some strawberries.
Topic.
What about like favorite actors?
Yeah.
That could be a good one. Favorite actors.
And another thing we can do, I think, to top off the next episode is like the off-brand stuff that's better than name brand.
That's what we were going to talk about. That's what it was. It was brands.
Bam.
Damn it.
I thought of it.
I couldn't remember what it was. It's been a long week of everything and dealing with a stupid computer.
But Yeah, I think those would be for a fun-filled show.
So we had
Shoes,
brands,
uh, actors,
actresses,
and then job experience.
I think for actors and actresses, we should do like a ranked top 5 or top 10, so then we can
Yeah,
critique each
I'm down
other's
with that.
lists.
You want to do 5 or 10?
Let's do 10.
Do 5.
Oh, okay.
5. All right, we'll do 5.
Easy.
And then Matt gets to give his top 5 hub actresses.
God.
he's like, what?
I'll be sure to skip out on that.
I'm just kidding on that part, but that would be super funny. Not gonna lie. So brands, shoes, actors, actresses. Anything else?
Athletes.
Oh, athletes. Job experience. Athletes.
I need athletes. That'd be fun.
That could be fun.
How about moments where you had peer pressure? Like situations with peer pressure?
Yeah. I think we could. I've got another idea that I think we could do separately. Is we could do episodes for basketball, football. We could probably do hockey as well, and baseball as 4 separate episodes. We could rank our top 5 or top 10 players at every position.
I don't watch hockey, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, I think we could. I think that would be super fun, and then we'd obviously end up arguing over that. But as an idea too, I think that could be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Like, we could do like a what ifs episode, like what if Bo Jackson never got hurt? What do you guys think?
What if? Yeah,
Stuff like that.
Dude, I could talk about that all day. What if Cam never got hurt?
Tons of what ifs, bro.
We could play some creative. What if?
Like what if we didn't have a double doink?
What if the lights didn't go out? Super Doom.
You gotta have the NFL commentator. What if?
Yeah. Oh, get the dude from Unsolved Mysteries.
What if I told you there was a bowl game with the Harbaugh brothers?
What if I told you Sean Taylor never came back?
Like, what if, there's so many what ifs. There could be like, there's so much content you could do. There's even one where, you could even do like, we could even pull up, like, just start doing some of the NFL drafts and pull them up and reviewing who was picked where and what kind of mistakes that was.
Yeah, we can do
who should have went where. What if somebody else went to the other team? I'm sure Matt probably doesn't want to relive any of that.
And Matt relives that every time the Bears play. Right.
What if Mahomes went to the Bears?
What if we
hear that every game
instead of shit out Alex Smith?
Yeah. Alex wasn't bad.
He was.
It's better than anybody the Panthers have had in 5 years. Hell, if we had Alex Smith, we'd be in the playoffs right now.
You're talking about Alex Smith
More
later
than
in his
likely.
career. Alex Smith early in his career was trash.
Yeah, but you guys didn't really have much.
He had Vernon Davis and Frank Gore, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't really have much of a coach.
Mike Singletary.
There's only so much of the pulling the pants down you can do.
Or who's that dude with the
Tom
mustache? The coach likes
fucking Tom Sula is the worst hire in Niners history.
Oh,
Like
remember
Nolan? Sula was worse.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his face on the fucking Eagles?
Chip
Kelly?
Gets hired.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hot. Speaking of which, boy, I can't wait to see. I don't know. I say pull the trigger on Sean Payton, but depends at what cost.
Tepper already said he's going to pay him whatever he wants.
No, it's not that. It's having to pay the Saints.
That's not what you guys are going to pay him. It's what you guys have to give up.
Exactly. That's what I mean by the cost. Is it really going to be? I mean, but
give them the fucking third-round picks that we gave you for fucking McCaffrey.
No, they want like 3 firsts. Yeah, I mean, my thing is too, though. While the Saints, of course, did win the Super Bowl and they were decently good. I mean, not hating, but what did he really do without
he had a Hall
of Famer. Just saying. Not saying he's not capable. Because I think
he did win with
we would be better than Matt Rule. True. So he had Taysom Hill and Jameis as quarterback, which is probably about equal to what we've had. So
give him some credit.
Oh, I'm not discrediting it. I'm just saying I wonder
how much of it played.
Surely. Yeah, like because you have to value what that cost is, but at the same time, there's nobody else.
Plays into the big what if too. I mean, what if the Chargers never got rid of fucking Drew Brees?
Yeah, I mean, or are we gonna interview Eric Bieniemy, or not? Or I know we interviewed Ken Dorsey, but the Bills look like shit. So
personally,
I don't think that's his fault, though.
He's Miami alum.
Yeah. Well, he's also pretty good. I mean, it's not like he's doing scrub things up there. But they also looked completely lost, but that looked partly due to Josh Allen too. Not gonna lie, so I don't know. You can only coach him up so far, but of course I want the Miami alum, and I mean he was on our team as well. He was with Cam as a quarterbacks coach for our Super Bowl run, so it's not like he's just from Miami. He's also our alum too. We never shall let go. So it would be a reunion, but I don't know. Who knows what the hell the Panthers are going to do? Probably hire Eberflus's brother or something.
Beaverflus.
Eberflus.
They're like, he's been coaching at Idaho State Community College.
Why do you say damn all the time?
Beaverflus. Yeah. We need Mike Gundy.
I'm 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40. That's what we
cussing out Darnold every time.
Like, no. Like, we get it. You're 40. What about the game plan? I'm 40.
What?
Like, what? So I think, I mean, with the sports stuff, we could also do top coaches and all that too.
So go off of, man.
Obviously, content galore. You guys have any closing thoughts?
Solid episode, and glad to give you guys a little glimpse of what we grew up with. Yep.
Little Chuck.
It wasn't a extravagant lifestyle, but it was our lifestyle.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, every one of us every day, I'm sure, wishes
absolutely.
We could go
back. Yeah, I would relive a lot of those days.
Not even just
I wouldn't want to change a thing.
Don't want to miss a thing.
Want to change it?
Animal crackers.
Yeah. Not to put you on the spot, what's the best Pokemon card you own right now, Matt?
Probably the Rotom Alt Art.
I don't know what you just said to me.
I'll share my screen.
You don't have a V-Max or Ultra-Max?
I do. I have a
V-Max or Ultra-Max? V-Max.
V-Max.
Sounds like cell phone plans.
I didn't know about any of this stuff until Kristen started to get into it and telling me about it. So there's like reverse holo cards and stuff now. They're not like just traditional holographic cards. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
$50 card.
Oh.
Yeah, Nick, there's so many freaking variants of these cards, bro. It blow your mind. Like I'm having trouble keeping up with how many.
Luckily, I'm so poor, I'll never get the chance to try to collect them. So,
but
it's a positive.
Yeah, yes,
I mean that's dope, though.
And Christian,
but we being
say Christian had a whole bunch of doubles for you too, Matt. That whenever I go over there next, I'll get for you.
That's not it.
Where's our doubles?
We're not gonna collect, so I'm not gonna go down there. Nope.
Now with that kind of attitude, I thought you were showing us a $2 card. I'm like, come on, man.
No. Where is it? I have this one right here. Pokemon Go.
Oh, nice.
It's Rainbow Mewtwo.
Nice.
It's a Beastar.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope. I'm literally outside of my realm because it's been so long, so I don't know what half of this even means.
There's Pokemon Go cards.
Pokemon.
There's freaking V Max. There's Ultra Max.
Well, I know.
But there's
Pokemon Go
Pokemon Go cards.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, they make cards, trading cards.
Why?
It's just something they did. I don't know.
Money.
They're actually, they just finished the Sword and Shield set, so now they're switching over to Violet and Scarlet cards, and they're going to have silver on the outsides now instead of yellow.
I need to just go finish Shield. That'd probably be a good start.
Like, the border around here is silver and shiny now on the new set. So it's going to be lit.
I mean, I'd like to get started, but
too much.
I need more space, or I need something to keep them in. I want to start getting more and more comics.
Comics would be awesome to get into. That's as soon as Comic-Con announces who the heck is more people are going to be there, we should go. But
I don't know. We're only 2 months out. I think they've already finished announcing.
Springfield's is next week, or no, 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's the Springfield one won't be too bad, I don't think. Obviously, a lot.
I think going
more
into Corey Taylor would be pretty cool. Now you can fuck off.
Oh boy, there's some dude from
Make
American
sure not to meet him.
The Kansas City one?
Yeah, I was like so excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting here looking at the list, and I'm like, okay, well, finally, here's Eastman. He's only going to be there on Saturday and Sunday. Giancarlo, get to tell him how bad Far Cry 6 is. Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek, but the list is really pretty weak.
Yeah, he's pretty dope,
Jungle
dude.
Boy would be cool.
Kevin Nash.
Honestly, Nick, it may just be one of those trips where we should go just to get like comics and collectibles and stuff instead of like the celebrity stuff. It may just be one of those trips.
Yeah,
just for that.
Spend some money for comics.
I know the celebrity thing's big for me. Like that's where I like to go is like meet him and autograph and stuff. But this may be the time we go for just the collectibles and shit. Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'd like to meet Eastman again, especially if I get to have him meet. I want to get the last Ronin.
I hope we have to wait 3 hours
to
again.
Sign it. That is a goal.
I hope we have to wait 3 hours again.
Oh, you hope I have to wait 3 hours
again?
Yeah,
because I want to fuck with
That's
him
great.
again.
That's great.
3 hours again?
Just
6 hours, Kevin?
3 hours, huh? 3 hours, huh?
6 hours, Kevin?
Be like, what's your guys' problem? But yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we'll figure that out. I don't know. Falls fails. I was thinking go down there Friday after work. Obviously not this Friday, but the Friday of when it happens. Can be there Saturday. Stay there Friday, Saturday night. Come back.
I also
Sunday.
think we should have a special episode when we go to our AEW event. Yeah. No, week before.
Week.
No, it's a week before.
Yeah, it's a week before.
Weekend.
Yeah, the weekend before is Comic-Con. But I mean, still really close. But yeah, a special episode would be cool.
A recap.
Try to get some stuff, get some recording, something going on. I need to figure out how to get a. I mean, I guess I could take my freaking laptop, but that's not fun. I need to figure out how to get a GoPro going or something, so I don't have to carry so much nonsense around.
Right.
But just as an idea. Well, I guess since we got Matt's Pokemon collection out of the way, I guess that'll be it for it today. Remember out there, boys and girls, watch out for the melt water.
You'll drown.
It'll get you.
Make sure you listen to Tool.
Yeah.
Make sure you listen to Tool.
Yeah. Learn to swim. Learn to swim. You heard a lot of our talk for our next episode, so hopefully you tune in. Let me go through the promotional stuff. YouTube.com/Genuine Unintelligence. Genuine Unintelligence on everywhere podcasts are available. Genuine Unintel on Twitter. Too many characters, so we had to shorten it. You can also see us at podbean.genuineunintelligence.com. You can email us your hate mail or your like mail, suggestions or whatever to genuineunintelligence@gmail.com. Also, Genuine Unintelligence on Facebook. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your grandma. I don't know, tell all for me and Chuck, tell all your friends that are women that are single. Just just throwing that out there. Not Matt, though. I don't want to get Matt in trouble. Don't tell him about Matt.
He wears sweater vest. You won't like him anyway.
Yeah, so tell him. Yeah.
Sweater vest and short shorts.
Yep. Short shorts. Total dad bod. You don't want it. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You guys have a good night. See you
Thank
again
you,
next
guys.
week.
Have a good night.